Hey guys, what is Mackey's back? Take 3! So, quick update on my mental situation. I am actually very happy today. I'm feeling pretty good. My feet are frozen, which kind of concerns me because I thought that was an air conditioning issue. And I thought the air was too dry in the air conditioner. That's what's making my feet freeze, but they're frozen right now. However, it is a lot colder outside. We're going down into the 70s, Cog. I know you'd give your left one for that, but it is nice. But a little cold in the house. I haven't turned on the heater yet. So anyway, though, I think I'm in a plateau. I think I'm pretty good. And the feet are an example of what today's topic is all about. What scares you as a mentally ill person? Me and Mr. James Cogmotter were talking about this a little earlier today. We are sharing our fears for the future. See, as a mentally ill person, we're always worried about something, as you know. Something's always got us freaked out. So I guess in essence, like maybe the reason Halloween's my favorite time of year, my favorite holiday, is because I live it all the time. And maybe I'm just used to it because it's always a horror show for me. By the way, today's video brought to you by Chabo Ron Mountain Dew. The best Mountain Dew on the planet. And today's shirt. Nope, not today. That's right. So, what scares you as a mentally ill person? So I started thinking about this, and I realized the biggest fear, I think, to me is the fear of the unknown. Right? Because I know me as a mentally ill person, I always got to know what's going on. I need to know how I'm getting from point A to point B with everything I do. And if I can't know what's going on, I freak out. So that kind of becomes dicey as you look down the road because, as we all know, things happen all the time. And ultimately, people pass on. So when we're looking at our support systems, that can be a tremendous scare for a lot of us. Often worry about, what are you going to do when your support system's gone? And I was thinking about this a minute ago. The wife and the kids and my mom, my dad's gone. He's passed. So my wife, kids and my mom all went to San Diego earlier this year. What if they were in a big car wreck? They all died. Grim thought, but it could happen. It happens every day. So not only would I be losing my support system within my house, I would be losing my next priority support system, my mom. So I always thought if the wife ever kicked me out of the house or whatever, told me to get lost, Mikey, I would always just go live with my mom. But what if that would have happened? I'd have lost everything, guys. I would get life support from my wife, and I would still have my brothers and my sister and my in-laws. But my main support comes in this house. That's where 95% of my support comes from. This is where they understand me and they know my circumstances and what it is with Mikey's life. So if they were all of a sudden gone, I would have nobody except for my online homies that know what's up. But it's not like I'm going to call up Mr. James Cogmotter and say, yo, Holmes, I got to come live with you. You got an extra couch? Not to mention, when you think about it, there's another big fear for mentally ill people. It's the one that nobody wants to talk about, but we all think about it. And that's the fact that, let's face it, we all got one foot in the grave. We're all living a little closer to death than the quote-unquote normal people, because we're thinking about it all the time. And what I mean by that is, imagine the wife and the kids and the mom did die in a car wreck. What do you think the chances are that I could stay around, if you know what I mean? That would be extremely difficult for a normal person to experience. So I think that is probably one of the biggest fears for the mentally ill. You let me know in the comments, please. But do you fear losing your support system? Another possible fear, one that's bad for me, that scares me, is drugs. Taking medications. They terrify me. I have had some bad side effects from drugs. It's led me away from most of them, to be honest with you. I've become gun shy. I have a side effect right now with my frozen feet from what I believe is one of the drugs I was taking that the wife says was not good for Mikey. It made him all pissy and bitter. There's some of you out there that might be able to deal with medications like taking a placebo, but I know for a lot, the medications are a big scare. Another one that I don't deal with, that I think a lot of mentally ill people probably do, job security. I would guess a lot of you out there are scared to death. You're going to have a little mental breakdown or do something the boss doesn't like. You're going to lose your job and you're going to be out on the street, or you're going to be terrified not knowing what you're going to do. I am extremely lucky because my wife has a full-time job and she brings home the bacon. But that would be an extremely real scare if that wasn't the case. Just a couple things that I've been thinking about. Please let me know in the comments what scares you with mental illness and how you deal with those worries on a day-to-day basis. Please like, share, sub, whatever you gotta do. But you know I love those comments. I'm gonna cut it short here so this sucker doesn't take forever to upload, like 46 friggin' minutes. Alright guys, have a good one. Talk soon.